I'm going to come on and do my hashtag PT tag club for this month, and the prompt is Faded and Sweetshop, and I thought to get me in the mood I would like this lemon tiramisu candle. I absolutely love this. I got this from Home Sense last year, might have been the year before, but I'm just going to put it on my other desk just to get me in that Sweetshop mood. And I should have trimmed my wicks before I started lighting this candle, but we'll just pop it over there out of the way, and I wonder if you will be able to smell it. But hello and welcome. My name is Ashley from Paper&Twine, and every month I host a little tag club, and depending on how many days there are in the month, I pull one or two prompts. You can do one, you can do both, you can do neither. There are no rules. So I've got a few bits and pieces organised, and we're going to have a little go, and I'm going to try not to keep you too long. Blue's here keeping guard, looking at the birds. Well, there aren't any birds on the tree at the moment. She's looking, hopefully, that there will be some birds. I've cut, not very well, out of scraps in my scraps box, a piece of cream, because it makes me think of vintage, and vintage and faded to me kind of go hand in hand. And you know that I like a black, and they don't exactly match, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Now, this was a piece of hammered card. I'm not going to work on this side. I'm going to work on this side. I've got 3 colours of oxide ink. I've got Tattered Rose, Tea Dye and Kitsch Flamingo. I've also got to hand some remnants of the Hortensia 8x8, not Hortensia, sorry, the 8x8 Sweetie Pad from Stamperia. Some people say Stamperia, some people say Stamperia. I've been saying Stamperia for years. Stamperia, I've heard it called recently. And I've got a stencil and some Tim Holtz clippings. I've also got, you know, I've got so much stuff I've forgotten what I have got. I have got here a thing that goes in my storage thing that's on wheels. And I made when I was organising my craft room, and again, I haven't done a full craft room reveal. I'm not ready to yet, but I will. I've got all of my Stamperia wood chip elements in here, organised by paper collections. So we've got the Woodland Friends, we've got Alice. Do you know, I wish I'd known about these when I was doing Kaz's Alice journal, but never mind. I've got these library ones. Oh no, it's too thick. I've got Hortensia, but here, if we need them, I've got the Sweetie collection, so we might have a little look through that. So we'll just pop that out of the way for now. But I painstakingly made all of the boxes, they're reinforced boxes, to go inside that, so they're not all jumbled up. I thought that was very good of me. Anyway, let's get a bit of colour down on here first. I'm going to do my favourite thing of swiping some colour. Actually, no, I'm going to do a little bit of gentle stenciling first. The stencil that I've got is this one from Tim Holtz. I'm going to just very, very gently do a little bit in Tattered Rose. And you can see there's a mark on here already. I don't mind. I really don't mind. So we'll use this brush that's fairly clean. Take off a bit of colour on my paper. It's a gorgeous pink actually, isn't it? It reminds me of ballet shoes a little bit. And I'm just going to very gently do a little bit. And I can always come back and add more, and rotating will give a different feel. And hopefully when I take this away, there will be just a little hint of colour in the background. Let's have a look. And I must apologise for my nails. Bought some nail varnish from Maybelline, I think it was. It's supposed to stay put for 7 days. There's 4 coats, 3 or 4 coats on here. Look how chipped they are already, and I only did them on Saturday. Anyway, That's a nice little background there. Let's put the lid on this. Actually, no, what we are going to do, we're going to swipe now. And I don't want a lot of colour. So she put in quite a lot on. Do a little bit of tea dye for a bit of contrast. I'm going to spray. And you can see that where the colours are next to each other, they've kind of mixed a little bit. And I'm just going to very lightly kiss because I want speckles. But I've got quite a lot of watercolour effect there, but never mind. It is kind of Sweetshop-y in colour. Let's get a piece of clean kitchen roll, although I did have some somewhere. Have I still got that? No, I think I've got rid of it. We will treat ourselves to a clean bit of kitchen roll, and we'll wipe this, and we will just very gently blot that. There we go. So I've got a little bit of colour on there, a little bit of blue from where I had some on my block, but you know, it doesn't matter. It just all adds to the effect. I'm going to give that a quick little dry. My candle is starting to smell lovely. The sky is beautiful. It is the 2nd of April as I'm filming this. I'm not quite sure what day I'm going to put it up, but it is just after midday. And I'm feeling really, really pleased with myself because I have done 30 minutes knitting on my northeasterly blanket. I've done my 30 minutes walk. I was out for just slightly over. I've crossed off shed loads of jobs on my to-do list. I got up at about 7:15 and I've got this to do. I've got my Martha Makes Art or Make Art with Martha Rabbit page to do. I've got my Places and Spaces to do. I've got my video that I've made showing the ATC that I've made for Betsy Doodle editing away. I'm feeling really pleased. We've got leftovers for tea from our lovely meal at the weekend. Feeling really, really good. Look at this. Really like that. Really like that. Now, I do have a stencil that could do little splatters, but I'm just going to bring in my small acrylic block and just add a little bit more depth of colour with a little swipe of tea dye. Bring in my water again. Now see, that is a bit too watery, but let's just go there, 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 there. Oh, see, that's nice. Mop up there. And then we'll have a little look through what paper we've got here to see what we fancy using. Now, obviously a lot of this is cake and we're looking for stuff to do with sweets. Now, on the cover here, we've got Enjoy Life, Eat Chocolate. I could fussy cut those. Enjoy Life, Eat Chocolate on the inside. Look, see how I don't get rid of any scraps. They'll be perfect for punching little butterfly shapes out of, or tiny little hearts or whatever. In fact, I might die cut a little heart out of that little bit. Got these lovely cake toppers here, but we don't want cake. We're looking for something to do with Sweetshop. These are gorgeous, aren't they? Because you've got the little cards that you can write on the back. Lovely big page there that we don't want. Another little strip. I'm a little bit lacking in hope that we're going to find anything with sweets on. Ah, look, here we go. We've got all these chocolates. We've got some cupcakes. And then we've got chocolates. That's really nice. So I could punch that out or die cut that out. And then we've got all these little cutter parts here. Oh, I might fussy cut some of those actually. You can see I've got another pad there. Have I got anything that I've already started? I've already started on this, so I think I will fussy cut some of these and we can add them. with a little bit of text. Let's find my little fussy cutting scissors. And I'm just going to roughly cut these out. So I pull for the tag club, I pull the prompt on the 10th of each month. Oh, you see, I like this little bit of chocolate. Let's just fussy cut that. And what I might do actually is do a thing of making this into a little dangle. And because the paper is kind of double-sided, although it's from the back cover and has got a little bit of branding strip stuff on it, it's quite nice. Right. Yes, I'm going to pierce a little hole. No, I'm going to punch a little hole through that. And it's got chocolate on it. One of my earliest memories is of riding my bike from my home to a little shop, it was a VG shop. Do you remember those? And they had like all the jars of sweets. And I didn't understand that you had to pay. I thought that you could just go into the shop and have what you want and the people would give it to you. It's very naive, isn't it? Yeah, so I was really disappointed. But my mum and dad were very careful with giving me sweets when I was little. I didn't have a lot of sweets. But sometimes my friend Stephanie Bridges, she'd have some pocket money and she'd share it, and we'd go up on our bikes to this VG shop and we'd get 2 ounces of Sherbet pips. Do you remember Sherbet pips? And we got those because they seemed to be best value for money. And we'd share them out painstakingly so that we'd all got the same amount of pink, yellow and white. It's funny what you remember, isn't it? Sherbet pips. Now, I might have made this tag a little bit too big, but it doesn't matter. What are your memories of sweet shops? They're very expensive now, aren't they, sweets? Just enjoying fussy cutting. Do you remember when I started my channel, I used to really hate fussy cutting? Now I really like it. Well, I don't really like it, but I don't mind it. There we go, there's another one. This is not the best thing, is it? Sweetshop and chocolate and looking at pictures of cake when you're trying to be good with your eating. But I tell you what is lovely is that candle is smelling absolutely delicious. There we go, that's that one cut out. Now, how to do these? Where am I going to have this? I think we'll have you kind of coming down like that. Do I want a little bit of something stamped to add a bit of interest? I'm just going to pause you while I have a look. Right, I've had a little circle and I found a few little bits. I think I know what I'm going to do to finish this off. Yes. Now, I've got my little fussy cut sweeties there. I've decided that I don't like the back of this. So I'm going to just roughly cut a little piece from scraps to go on the back. Oh, yeah, Blue's very excited. She has been, because there's been a great big magpie wandering up and down the lawn. Just looking for a nice little bit to put on the back that ties in. I think I am going to go with a little bit of this, and I'm not measuring. Just going to in fact, I might just do that. Yes, I'm going to just stick like that. In fact, this is what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. decisions. I am going to glue this onto that scrap, if I can get my glue to come out. This is Cosmic Shimmer Glue. Can't get the pink frog glue at the moment. Right, come on. Right, so I'm going to put that there like that with this little bit hanging over. Let that dry just a minute, and that's going to go near the top. But let's just put a tag hole in first of all. While that is drying, we'll add a little bit more detail to this. So it just needs a little bit of something, and I think I'm going to use a little bit of Kitsch Flamingo and a little bit of tea dye. I can take my cardigan off now. I've been very warm. And I don't know what I've done with my kitchen roll. There it is. Let's give that a little clean. Put the lid on because we don't want it to dry out. Does anybody else talk to themselves like this when they're creating? Right, tea dye. Now, I did think I might want to do some of these marks on this set here, but I think they're a bit too modern. So I'm going to go for these splatters, and I'm going to go for a bit of text from this really useful mushroom set. Let's do our splatters first. I think I'm going to do splatters in Kitsch Flamingo. I think I want this block. Is it going to fit on there? Yes. Right, a bit of Kitsch Flamingo. Or should we do Tattered Rose? Let's try a bit of Tattered Rose first, because we haven't used that other than the colour on the stencil. And I do like tone on tone. And to make it look natural, just kind of rotate and stamp off. Going to do some in tea dye as well, just for another little bit of depth of colour. Just adds some lovely texture to the background. Now let's do what we said and do a bit of Kitsch Flamingo. Look, see, I bashed my nail again, and look, it's just lifting off. And I did do what my daughter tells me to do, which is to sand your nails with an emery board first, so that the polish has got a bit of a key. I haven't used Kitsch Flamingo for ages. Right, we have got lots and lots of texture on there. Lots, which is probably going to get covered up by bits and pieces that we're going to stick on. Right. Okay, just check that we've got it the right way. Bit there, bit there, bit at the top. So every time you stamp off, you're getting a lighter and lighter image. Oh, I like that. And there is another interpretation of the word faded. Now, I would quite like to go around the edge of this, I think, with Kitsch Flamingo. Let me see if I've got a fairly palish. Oh, I've got a flat one. I do need to get some more domed Ujima flips. Right, that can come off there. And we bring the brown out as well, because I might do some of the, look, I've got blue on my finger. Might do some of the ephemera that we've cut out with a bit of brown. We just bring this in because pink is Sweetshop's sweet, isn't it? So yes, don't forget to tell me your memories of sweets. I loved sherbet pips. I love anything sour. Right, I think that's it for that at the moment. I'll put that on the top because I might need that. Okay, so now we should be able to cut this out. And I'm going to go around the edge of this with probably gathered twigs if I've got it in my thing. Let's just punch the hole in. There we go. Then we want to pierce a hole somewhere. Where do I want this? Right, let's just start laying up and placing where we want things. So I've got that. I've got this Sweet Memories, and I don't know whether I want the whole thing. So I'm going to see if I can peel back this layer here. Just very carefully, because I don't want the whole thing. If I mess it up, I'll mess it up. But you know, again, that would be quite nice for the faded element, wouldn't it? There we go. And I might keep that for something else. I can either do something with I don't know, I could gesso that and ink it up. I could do something on there. Quite like how it's frayed. Let's just go around the edge of this. So I think I want Sweet Memories there. And then we'll have a few little sweeties. So I can have that dangling down nicely like that. So I'm going to pierce a hole about there. And we'll thread up that with some thread. And we'll just arrange these sweeties as we see fit. And I'm going to come back when I've glued it all down, because you don't really want to see me doing all this because I've been on ages. So here we are at last with my take on this month's PT Tag Club prompts, Faded and Sweetshop. I love the background that we've created, just using these three colours: Tattered Rose, Kitsch Flamingo, Tea Dye. And how you use them, if you mix them with water, obviously you get a more washed out, faded look. Tone on tone is lovely. You can see we've got the Tattered Rose on the Tattered Rose. And then we've just used little bits and pieces from the Stamperia, or Stamperia, Sweetie paper. I've added a couple of Tim Holtz clippings. So you can just see here, I've fussy cut from the paper Enjoy Life, Eat Chocolate. I know it's not exactly Sweetshop, but you know, chocolates are sweets, aren't they? Sweets and chocolates. Little clipping here, coated with sugar, I thought was quite appropriate. I've just put another clipping here just to balance out so that that space wasn't empty. And then the little things on the back of my tag there. And then just here, I've just put Sweetshop and Faded, April 2nd, 2024. So I'm not quite sure when this will go up. I've got quite a few things I've made recently that I'm scheduling. So I don't know. But do come back on the 10th and see if you fancy joining in the next prompt. It will obviously only be one because there are 30 days in April. So just one prompt. Let's keep our fingers crossed it's a nice one. These aren't meant to be hard. You know, they're just for you to have fun and join in. So there we go. I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye now.